In perusing the comments from the last video, I noticed a couple saying that the conveyor belt makes the racing a little bit unfair with the sudden lead changes and speed changes. Well, to that I say, agility and the ability to maintain control over all terrains is more important than even the speed out of the gate. Hey everybody, I'm Brendan, and Jaguar and X Racers will take to the track today as we head to race 2 of round 1. The first couple getting going here. X Racers, of course, the large vehicles on the near side here, and who took home the win in the previous tournament. Here they go. X Racers on the far side there, slow out of the seesaw. Oh, the other team's turned backwards and is racing the wrong way, and he'll finish out here. And that will do it for this first race. Again, having control is very important on the track, and if you can get out of the starting gate really fast and then it just all goes wrong when you hit the conveyor belt, then, well, your racing is just not, well, it's not calculated enough. Draftnator on the Jaguar. And, oh, sorry for saying, but it was a Porsche team who won the previous tournament. X Racers were the runners-up, but still, very impressive finish in the previous one, and they're out for blood again in this one. X Racers taking the first race, and here comes the Draftnator, drafting back and forth, and now taking to the middle line, and they'll take this race and be up 2-0. Both of them controlled pretty well on the conveyors, but the X Racers are faster. Crescendo and the Jaguar. Jaguar there on the far side, ahead by a length, and now 2, and it just starts to stretch out here. Number 17 etched on the side. Here comes the hairpin, and 17 rolls through it pretty smoothly. Here comes the seesaw. Can he stay straight? He comes inside for a second, and he dives down in the middle, turns for a second, and ends up over the finish line to do this one, the first win for the Jaguars. And now we're rolling here. X Racers still so close in that previous tournament, Clear Speeder and the Jaguar, to pulling the first ever tournament-based races and fun complete shutout in round 1. They had 7, and it was the Power Rocket who came up just short in the final race of that first round, if I remember correctly. And they would love to finally put that goal to rest, but again, this time won't be the day. Jaguars, of course, picking up 1, even though the X Racers now up 3-1 after this race. That's 17, though. Ford Force and the Jaguar XC. I am worried about, well, the X Racers should be worried about him going into later rounds. Very fast out of the gate, and just gave himself a lot of time, even if the conveyor belt looks shoddy, for him to regain control. And even at that, his conveyor skills were unmatched. Here comes the XE, cuts inside, but no need. X Racers were just too slow, and no block necessary that time. And he'll come across pretty cleanly right there. Another one for the Jaguars. Chevelle on the Jaguar. I'm starting to wonder if we'll see any repeats from the X Racer team. So far, no. Chevelle, Jaguar by a couple lengths through the seesaw, but the Chevelle pulls it back and he goes nose to nose with the Jaguar, but ends up turning backwards. I don't know if he'll ever make it down the conveyor at this point. Jaguar will win. Here comes the Chevelle, finally picking up some speed. And that was at least a beautiful sight to see on the conveyor. Did a whole 360 or more, when it didn't help him very much. We're now even at 3 Jaguars to X Racers, Gazella GT and the XC. 2 more races here coming in round 1, and not a repeat yet from the X Racers. XC, Gazella, here they go. XE diving into the near side, turns around, now he's facing away, he's around and outside. He's going to slowly make his way down backwards, but the X Racers will get the leg up here 4-3. Down round 7. And you see looking pretty good for the X-Racer. Chevelle, Jaguar, here we go. Another Chevelle coming out here. Remember the last one just was good, but struggled in the conveyors. Let's see if this one can fare any better. Here comes the XC down the inside line, and he's down by a length to the seesaws. XC, ooh, has a moment there. Both of them are turned back around, and now we're stuck on the conveyors. I think the Chevelle held out longer, and he's going to finally roll down here to the finish. I think that was the first time I saw both cars just completely balk there on the conveyors. And, well, still the X-Racers coming out on top. It will be 5-3. Here we go. X-Racers 5, Jaguar 3. Next round. Draft Nader and the Jaguar XC. Here comes the Jaguar. Here comes the Draft Nader, number 2 etched on the side, bright orange vehicle. Beautiful pickup truck, I will say. And both of them looking about even here. Here comes the inside line for the Draft Nader. Look pretty good, up by a couple of lengths, but that completely disappears into the conveyor. Now the Jaguar on the near side, rolling down and holding straight, and had no problems maintaining speed into the conveyor. And that's going to be an easy win for the Jaguar team. And certainly cutting out one of the better racers from the X-Racer team this time. Tailgater and the Jaguar XJ. Remember this one, the number 17 from before. Just a true speedster out there in the first sector. And again, looking as such, ahead by 4, upwards of 5, now 6, even 7 lengths into the conveyor, straight through the conveyor, goes inside for a second, straightens out to the mill just like last time. And he's going to dive to the end here and pick up another win for the Jaguars. That's 2 wins for the Jaguars here in round 2. Oh, the clear speeder and the XJ. If the Jaguars can take this one, they will have 3 going into the semifinals, leaving the X-Racers to hang on with only 1. Right now, looking good for that Jaguar team. Here he comes around the turn, up by 3, 4 lengths into the seesaw. Here comes the X-Racers, but he bounces away towards the outside lane, and now he's turned around on the inside. And, well, as I go through all of that, the Jaguars cleanly finished that one, and they'll have 3 going into the semifinals. Definitely worried about the X-Racer team here, but because of their performance in round 1, they will have an easy advancing of one of their vehicles coming into the semifinals. We got 2 X-Racers on the track right now. Chevelle on the far side over there, and taking a big lead early on around the outside hairpin. Keeps on going. Chevelles have struggled to stay straight on the conveyor. This time, that is a, well, maybe a fluke in a good way. No, but he's on the outside. He grinds through the rail, and he does make it to the end, but oh man, that was a scary finish for the Chevelle. Definitely should check out that undercarriage. I've never seen something like that. It's just a grind to the outside like a skateboard. X-Racers with 1, Jaguar with 3, and the Chevelle pulled something unbelievable there, and gotta give it to him. XC and Chevelle, not much time to rest. Chevelle has to get out there again for the semifinals. Here they go. Chevelle, well, been the strongest racer on the X-Racers today, and pulled, again, quite an amazing feat down that final ramp. And here he goes, up by 4 lengths. A lot of room to play with in the conveyors. Bounces. XE doesn't look good in the conveyor. Chevelle goes for a cutoff anyway. And actually, he's on the rail again. He spins around sideways. He still finishes the race. That is unbelievable. I can't believe this happened twice in a row. XJ and XJ. I don't even want to talk about this race right here. I can't believe what I've seen. That's twice in a row that we've seen a car ride a good 4 lengths down the end of the track. One wheel hanging completely off the track. The 17 looking very good down here. And again, one of the best racers for the Jaguar team. And you would expect him to hold through pretty well into the finals. I am in disbelief at what we've seen. That's twice in a row. We'll see if he does it again. And even at that, he still held quite the amount of speed down the end ramp, even with one wheel not even present in the track. Here they go, finals, first to win 2. Chevelle keeping a decent pace along the 17, who usually leads by 6 lengths or more by now. So it will be maybe possible for this round. Both of them go haywire down the conveyor. Chevelle and Jaguar looking pretty bad. Here they come to the inside line. Jaguar way out in front as they finally reach the end, and Chevelle will have to do some work here in the next one. He actually bounces over the Jaguar up onto the checkered barrier there. And now we'll head and change lanes and see what they can bring here in the second race. Chevelle actually holding pace with the 17 here through the first sector. Here they go towards the outside line here. The Chevelle down by a length or two. They bounce onto the Conveyor. Oh, and 17 gets stuck on the wall. But here comes the Chevelle who pulls to the inside but backwards. Does a K-turn right there on the Conveyor. Slides across sideways. Wow. A mishap on handling all the way around for this car, but somehow still manages to cross in front 3 times. This might be the most excited I've ever been here on Races and Fun, and that's saying a lot, since I've seen quite a good amount of racing, quite quality racing, over the past time I've been with you guys. Here we go, Chevelle dodging to the near side, head by a length, Jaguar trying to catch up at the end, and Chevelle stays clean this time. And he will take it for the X Racing team. And what a wild run that was to bring it home today. Man, I can't believe what I saw. Definitely one of the most exciting races we've seen today. That will do it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Races and Fun.